From anxiety to serenity, walking with St. Francis de Sales in our religious journey. Today, I invite you to journey with me into the heart of a remarkable spiritual guidebook, The Way of Courage and Peace, Meditations with St. Francis de Sales by Father Claude Morel, MSFS. This treasure trove of wisdom, rooted in the teachings of our beloved patron St. Francis de Sales, speaks directly to us, men and women consecrated to God, inviting us to live with unwavering courage and abiding peace. St. Francis de Sales, a timeless companion. Despite living centuries ago, St. Francis de Sales continues to exert an extraordinary spiritual influence today. He understood the human heart intimately, especially those burdened by duties and distractions. His spirituality remains refreshingly relevant even within our structured lives of vows and mission. This book distills his spirit into meditations that speak clearly and tenderly to us. It reminds us that to be truly faithful in our vocation, we must walk with courage like lions and rest in peace like lambs, both graces offered freely to God. Courage, the backbone of our vocation. Have courage and be strong, says Deuteronomy 31:6. Religious life is a path of profound grace, but it is also paved with sacrifices, trials, and daily challenges. We are not called to comfort, but to Christ, and Christ calls us to follow Him courageously. According to St. Francis de Sales, this courage is not brash or loud, but quiet, rooted in unwavering trust. Fragility isn't failure. We may feel weak or inadequate, but God delights in working through our littleness. It is not strength He demands, but generosity of heart. Butterfly in the fire. St. Francis de Sales uses the poetic image of a butterfly flying in fire without burning its wings. So too must we remain untouched by the flames of worldly concerns, living courageously without compromise. Faithfulness amid loathing. At times, we may feel an aversion to our responsibilities or community life. Yet, true fidelity is not about feelings, it's about staying the course, eyes fixed on Jesus. Unshakable confidence. Courage means clinging to God even in the storm, knowing He never abandons those who have surrendered their all to Him. Peace, the anchor in the storm. My peace I give you, says John 14:27. The peace St. Francis de Sales speaks of isn't mere emotional calm, but a profound inner stillness born of union with God. This peace becomes our compass, helping us navigate through inner trials and external demands. Temptation is not consent. Even if tempted, as long as we are displeased by it, we have not sinned. This wisdom can quiet our scrupulous hearts. Confidence in mercy. Even when we feel miserable or unworthy, we must never stop trusting in God's mercy. In fact, the greater our misery, the greater our right to throw ourselves into the ocean of His love. Peace amid vexations. When life disturbs our peace, we are to lift our eyes to God. Peace doesn't mean the absence of pain. It means trusting that every storm ends in grace. Abandonment to providence. Total surrender to God's will without obsessing over gain or loss brings the deepest peace. Let us be like infants in the arms of the Father. The practices that sustain courage and peace. Daily disciplines for daily grace. St. Francis de Sales, through this book, reminds us that courage and peace are not accidental. They are nurtured by the small, faithful practices of everyday holiness. Let love be your rule. Do everything by love and nothing by force. Love obedience more than you fear disobedience. Show affection even to those who challenge you. That, says St. Francis de Sales, is most pleasing to God. Prayer, little, often, and faithful. Even when exhausted or ill, offer short and sincere prayers. What matters is fidelity, not feeling. Our God delights in the consistency of love. The sacraments, bread for the journey. Frequent communion, when received with love and purpose, becomes a source of strength. Christ in the Eucharist gradually conforms us to Himself. Read, reflect, renew. Do not let a day pass without spiritual reading. Just as our bodies need nourishment, our spirits need the wisdom of the saints to remain strong. Charity begins with seeing. We are called to love others, not theoretically but concretely. Look at them with affection, see their goodness, and speak gently even when correcting. Live in the now. St. Francis de Sales teaches us to focus on the present moment. Do each task perfectly, then move on. God is found in the now, not in regrets or future fears. Mary, our model of courage and peace. Let us not forget our Blessed Mother, the silent strength of the Gospel. Her courageous yes at the Annunciation and her peaceful presence at the foot of the cross inspires us to surrender, serve, and trust without limit. Like her, we too are called to give ourselves fully to God's plan, even when we do not fully understand it. Union with Christ, the final goal. Ultimately, our religious life is about union with God. All acts of courage, all moments of peace lead us toward this single desire, to be one with Christ as He is with the Father. St. Francis de Sales reminds us, the only pretension we should have is to love Jesus wholeheartedly, to seek Him daily, and to remain faithful to Him, especially on our cross. A final word of hope. The way of courage and peace is more than a book. It is a spiritual companion. Through it, Father Claude Morel, MSFS, reawakens in us the vibrant, living voice of St. Francis de Sales. Let these meditations accompany us as we renew our commitment to God, to our communities, and to the people we serve. Let us walk boldly. Let us rest peacefully. Let us live Salesian holiness with joy, courage, and serenity each day, step by step, in the tender presence of God. Live Jesus.